So what should your mortgage lender provide you when you're going through the home buying process? But I also want to treat this into what should a lender do with helping you plan your overall real estate wealth building goals? And when I meet with my clients, I like to position ourselves more as a financial strategist than just a mortgage loan officer who's going to help you get an interest rate. And the reason I say that is there's a lot of things that can be provided that I find so many people, and the average American or anybody that owns real estate in the United States, do not have these services provided to them to help them build and grow wealth. And so I wanted to share with you what I call our mortgage menu of what are the services we provide to all of our clients, such as long as they want them. And so some of the basics, right? And we're going to go through these one by one. Not a lot of my clients know that we do this. And so number one, get the best mortgage rate and focus on minimizing total borrowing cost over the life of the loan. And so the first piece of that, get the best mortgage rate, that's what most clients come to me wanting, right? They want the lowest rate, overall best structure. The key is, how do we get you the best rate, but the best loan structure to help lower the cost of borrowing over time, so that way you beat the bank, right? We don't want the bank to win and you pay a ton of hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars of interest. We want to help put a strategy together to help reduce costs and interest to your goals. Second thing is help create a budget. This is a big one. And I see so many people going to buy their first home, going into the largest financial asset and debt they're ever going to take out, and they never do a budget. Most people spend more time getting a haircut or going to the mall to buy a pair of jeans than they do applying for 6 to 7 figures of debt. So let that sink in a little bit. And so creating a budget is super important when we're going into buying real estate. Third thing, understanding closing costs and how to reduce them. So number one, understanding why you're paying for what you're paying for. And I have a great video on this on the YouTube channel that you can check out, understanding closing costs. But how do we actually reduce them, and what's the right structure? How much should you be paying in closing costs? Give you an example. One of my clients that I came across was getting a loan estimate from another lender. The rate looked really nice, but underneath that, there was 2% in extra closing costs they didn't even know they had to pay. We ended up getting them a better overall structure and saved them $10,000 in closing costs. So just something to think about there. Fourth thing, when we go into the basics, is decide how much should you put down for a down payment when you're buying a property. This is a big one because most people think you need to put 20% down when you buy real estate. Completely untrue. You can put as little as 3 to 3.5% down. And there's also a lot of cases to be made where somebody should put less down than putting more money down, because maybe we use that capital to pay off debt, invest in other businesses, assets, things like that. It's overall, everybody has their own financial fingerprint. The key is you need to have an advisor to help you make that decision. Number 5, help improve your credit score to get the best loan terms before closing. This is a big one, and not a lot of lenders do this. We actually have to pay, as a lender, full transparency, a little bit of money to help do credit rescores for our clients. And some lenders don't even provide this service to their clients, but there are some things up front that a lender can help a client with getting a better credit score, a higher credit score, to help get a lower rate during the pre-approval and shopping process. Number 6, what to pay off before buying a home. So I had a client one time, they came to me, they wanted to pay off $80,000 of student loan debt before buying a home. They thought they had to wait 2 years and pay off the student loan debt before buying the home. And it was completely just not the right financial decision. And so key is, do you have a mortgage lender or a financial strategist helping you look at your entire debt profile? What's the best things to pay off? What shouldn't you pay off? And how do we structure that? And that kind of goes back to number 4 with the down payment, right? Money down, debt payoff. What's the best use of capital and the right use of your money? Number 7, avoid or remove mortgage insurance. So can we avoid mortgage insurance, or PMI, for unnecessary monthly expenditures, putting less than 20% down? Hint, there are ways to have no PMI with less than 20% down. Or how do we remove it long term, right? How do we manage the mortgage to make sure you're not paying mortgage insurance longer than you need to? This is another thing that there are a lot of homeowners right now paying mortgage insurance in America that should not be paying mortgage insurance. And it's just because they're not thinking about it, or they don't have somebody helping them on the back end with that. Number 8, know how interest rates change, number 1, and how to get the best rate for your financial situation. So a lot of people don't realize that the Federal Reserve doesn't actually cause mortgage rates to change. So when the Fed cuts rates or hikes rates, that doesn't move mortgage rates. Mortgage rates move every day based off mortgage-backed securities or mortgage bonds, and they tick up and down. As I actually record this video, they're moving up and down, kind of like stocks do on Wall Street, right? So mortgage rates move every day, but understanding how they change and timing of when we're going to lock in your rate is an important asset to go through and have a team to help you through. Number 9 is set interest rate alerts for the best time to refinance. So not a lot of people know, but we as lenders have resources to help clients time the best time to refinance so you don't have to worry about that. So all of our clients, we have email and text alerts set up. So as soon as a client gets 1%, 1.5%, 2% lower from where they closed at, we're going to be able to strike right when the iron's hot versus having to try to guess when the best time to refinance is. This is something that can save clients hundreds, if not thousands of dollars over the life of the loan. And we want to make sure we time that properly. Number 10, use creative strategy to get your offer accepted, working with your real estate agent or advisor. And this is a huge one. I see a lot of people that don't have a great real estate agent to work with, or the real estate agent isn't working in lockstep with their lender. And this really should be a team, right? Quarterback, wide receiver, running back, offensive line. We all need to be moving down the field together. We don't want to be playing offense and defense going against each other. We want to be working as a team, having a huddle up before we go in to making an offer. We want to all come together and strategize so that way we can save as much money as possible and get to the finish line in the best way possible. So those are the basics. Now let's talk about some additional planning services. And this is something near and dear to my heart that I find that really nobody does this in my industry, but it's very important when we're talking about not only becoming a homeowner, but how do you become a successful homeowner? So number 1 going into this is plan and grow a rental property portfolio for your short and long-term goals. If you have a goal of owning real estate, do you have a goal of owning multiple properties? Do you want to grow a rental property? Do you understand how tax returns work, how tax advantages work? Do you understand how property management work? Do you have a team helping you on the mortgage side to help make sure, how are you going to plan acquiring 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, maybe 100 rental properties over your lifetime? That's something that needs a meeting to be set down and needs planning on an annual basis, but it's something we can help provide you with if something you're interested in. Number 2 with additional planning service. So understanding tax deductions for primary and investment real estate. The IRS lets you deduct up to $750,000 of mortgage debt on your mortgage interest and a cap of property taxes. And there's a lot of people that don't even realize this, and they do the standard deduction with their tax returns and they can't itemize. The other thing is with investment real estate as well. There are ways to utilize investment properties and mortgage interest as a tax break to help against either your W-2 income or overall lower your tax burden. We have a handful of great CPAs that we work with in tandem that can talk to you about your situation and come up with a plan, because we're not tax advisors, but we understand the tax code and the game to help you understand how to manage that properly and get you connected to somebody to provide great advice. Save on homeowners insurance each year, right? So homeowners insurance automatically renews, but if you're not actually looking at it on an annual or by every couple of year basis, the insurance market can change, and sometimes people are overpaying for homeowners insurance or they don't actually have the right amount of coverage in case something were to happen. This is something that, again, with our partners, you can help out with, and we want to review this when you're buying a home, but also 2, 3, 5, 10 years after you own your home to make sure that you're in a good position with homeowners insurance. Number 4 is to help obtain life insurance to protect your property if needed. So I say if needed because sometimes people already have life insurance. Maybe it's term insurance, whole life insurance. We don't provide life insurance. I'm not licensed to provide that. But what I will tell you is that when you buy the largest asset and take out the largest debt, you do want to make sure that it's properly protected, right? If you own a $500,000 home and you have a $400,000 mortgage, you probably want to make sure you have at least enough term insurance to cover that mortgage and home, God forbid if something happens, right? For a worst case scenario. And I see a lot of people who don't have this, and it's not that much money per month. This is some stuff going back to the debt management that we can look at, that you can afford life insurance and be able to protect your asset, your family, and your future, right? So that's number 4. Number 5 is help with how a will or an estate plan will benefit you to protect your assets over the long run, right? And again, we're not estate planning attorneys, but this is a conversation that needs to be had when you're buying homes post-closing to make sure that it is set up in the proper protection plan with wills, estate planning, all of that good stuff. So many Americans don't have wills in place or estate plans. Last I looked at, it was 9 out of 10 Americans do not have an estate plan in place. That's a problem. So again, this is just something that needs to be talked about when you're going into buying real estate, right? And lastly is explore alternative financing solutions. So we do have products that help clients with the untraditional situations like bank statement loans. We have a lot of business owners that maybe have a lot of tax deductions. They can't qualify with tax returns, but we can use bank statement loans to help them qualify. DSCR loans are debt service coverage ratio loans, where we can use appraisal projected rental income for investors to help qualify for the mortgage, and you don't have to show tax returns to qualify. So this is a great strategy or product for real estate investors. And then also foreign national loans, people that are coming in from out of the country, like Canada, maybe it's Colombia, different countries coming into the United States who want to buy real estate. We do have products that can help them as well. And the key is just understanding that most everybody needs all these things, but they don't have the accountability partner as their lender, the real estate team, to help them with these things. And so I put this video out there because it's not a one size fits all. You may not need help in all these areas, but I can guarantee that if you're watching this video right now, you probably need help in at least half of these areas. And so if you want to set up a one-on-one, you can scan this QR code here. I'd love to meet with you, take 30 minutes to an hour and really understand your goals over the next 3, 5 to 10 years with real estate, and anything we can help with as advisors. This isn't a rush thing. This is something I just wanted to get out there because a lot of people don't know that we provide these services. It's our help. It's our mission to help create successful homeowners at Benchmark. And so super excited to work with you and looking forward to staying in touch. Take care.